So, as the story goes, one day Jesus is out walking with his disciples. He's hungry and he sees some fig trees out up in the distance. As he approaches, Jesus looks suspiciously at one. As he steps closer to the tree, he turns to his disciples and asks, "Does this fig tree have any figs?" His disciples responded, "Well, no, of all the fig trees that you could have picked, this fig tree here doesn't have any figs." That's when, as the story goes, when Jesus lost his cool. One of the few documented times that Jesus, the turn-of-the-cheek guy, emotionally flipped his lid. Why? We think to make a point. Jesus said abruptly, "I suggest that fig tree doesn't have any figs, that you promptly take it out." And then he added, "Why let it take up the ground?" Yikes, right? I mean, point made. So what is the point here? Well, besides the fact that it looked like even Jesus got hangry, I think the point was that he was making is, if you're a fig tree, your job, the purpose of your existence is to what? Yeah, bear fruit. No fruit, no need to be here, you're fired. Extinguish the flame, take it out. There's a leadership lesson here too as well. As a leader, every so often, you have to walk around your organization and count figs and ask, is Bob here bearing any fruit? No? Then why let him take up the desk? And there's a self-assessment lesson here too, a big one. We are here to bear fruit, to be of value, to be productive, to produce fruit that will nourish those around you. That's why you're here. The question is, are you? Yes, you're existing all right. You're sucking up the oxygen, you're using the water resources, taking up the ground, but are you bearing fruit? Now imagine you're a leader, whether it be Jesus or Muhammad or Joseph Smith or L. Ron Hubbard or the universe, whatever, walking by your couch or watching you hunched over your mobile phone and asking, is this human here bearing any fruit? The response? Well, of all the humans you could have picked, it looks like that one is watching TV or is on their PlayStation or is reading the news or is Facebooking or Instagramming or whatever. Yikes! Guess what happens next? Yeah, you're fired. Don't believe me? We see it all the time. The most obvious is seen by those who choose to retire. Trust me, you weren't sent here to retire. We see these once incredibly productive people bearing bountiful harvests of fruit. Then they say, now I'm just going to spend my time laying on a beach or chasing a little white ball around. That's when the universe recalls your parts to redistribute them to someone who will put them to better use. No fruit? Take it from the earth. Why let it take up the ground? And we see those who retire quickly exit left. The fig tree flip out story wasn't the only time we were given this stern warning. It's right there in Proverbs, which reads, where there is no vision, meaning purpose, the people perish. Damn, it doesn't get any more straightforward than that. Let me say it in layman's terms. The people with no purpose here will be terminated. Plain and simple. Blunt, but clear. So this morning, let's be sure that you are serving your purpose and bearing fruit. You never know when God, Jesus, or whoever is going on a walkabout, counting figs. Ask yourself, what are you doing to provide nourishment to the other living things around you? That's what you're here to do. Are you producing fruit that improves their existence? Are you bringing help and support? Are you giving love, hope, and encouragement? Are you contributing to the life around you? Or are you just taking up space? Below, I want you to write 3 simple ways that you can bear fruit in somebody's life today. It could be doing concentrated, head down, undistracted, uninterrupted work on the art that you produce that benefits other people's lives. It could even be a word of encouragement to a colleague, a friend, or a relative. It could be a handwritten card that will bring a moment of joy to someone's day. There are plenty of ways to bear fruit and nourish those around you. Tell us what you plan to do today in the comments below.